Hey guys, today I'm looking at Arkham Horror and all the expansions. You see in front of you there's 4 big expansions, and they also did 5 small expansions as well as the base game. So on this video I'd like to have a look at all of them in one video. It'll be fairly quick though, because if I'm trying to get them all in one video it doesn't give us much time because there's a lot to look at. So I'll be doing them individually later, but at the moment it's all the maps and a little look at what's inside. Okay, is that alright? So let's have a look at the base game first. Oh, before I start, this will be similar to the other 2 videos I did before. The first one I had a look at all the maps in the Old School Tactical series of board games, and in the second I had a look at all the maps in the Coin series. So check them out on my channel, they're really fun. So okay, without further ado, let's look at Arkham Horror, the 2nd edition, not the 3rd edition, because the 3rd edition's really disappointing. Well, this, the 2nd edition, is possibly my favourite game of all time, so let's have a look at it. As you can see, here's the map, and it's a really big map. There's a lot of detail in this map. There's Lost in Time, the sky, the outskirts, there's the terror track, then there's the outer worlds all up this column here. That's when you go into different dimensions. And all these places are little areas of the town of Arkham that the investigators go. It's really loads of variety in this game. I love it. And also in the game you get tons of cards and investigators and monsters. Look at all that, that's just in the base game as well. All these cards you get, loads. But all the different monsters, there's vampires, ghosts, loads of monsters. It's an excellent game. As I say, it's possible. I would say it's my favourite board game. And with the expansions, there's so much variety. You could play this game forever and not get sick. So let's have a look at the expansions now, shall we? I'll start with the small expansions first. I forgot to mention I keep all my pieces in this little tray box that you can buy online. You can get them anywhere, and all the chits and everything, dice and things I keep here, and it's really handy. So okay, let's have a look at the first small box expansion. The first small box expansion is Curse of the Dark Pharaoh expansion. So let's have a little look inside. I'll just quickly open it up. With this one, it's you get loads of cards. It's useful. Just put them out. Somewhere. You get all them small cards as well. But with this one, with it being a small expansion, you don't get any boards or anything. But it's more to do with the theme. With this, it's like an Egyptian tomb got opened, and all the cards are connected with that theme. So sort of like tells a story around that theme. It's really interesting how it's done, because you mix these cards in the deck of the original cards in the base game. So there's a lot of flavour. It's a good one. The next small expansion is the Black Goat of the Woods expansion. And in it, as usual, you get loads of cards for the base game. You also get small ones as well. So I'll not show you all the cards because I don't have time because I'm trying to get through all the expansions. This one's got extra monsters though, like tougher ones to battle. I found this one when I last played it to be really difficult to win because I'm usually quite good with this game, but this expansion, because of the tougher monsters and things, it was quite hard. It's very much battling monsters, this one. So that's the Black Goat of the Woods, yeah. The next one, the King in Yellow. This is probably my favourite of the small expansions. Really massive theme about the player coming to the town of Arkham, and all these weird things happen. And it's in acts as well. There's Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. After the third act, if the third act turns up, it's game over. Like I say, these little small expansions, there's no board, but you get a ton of cards. There's a riot, hope you can see that. King in Yellow tokens. I really like this one. That's the King in Yellow. Next up is the Lurker at the Threshold. This is an interesting one. The King in Yellow has one of these as well. I've got to show you. It's a herald thing. Makes the game harder. With this one, the gateways have different abilities. They can like move, or they're harder to close. You get loads more cards. You get all sorts in this one. It's good for that. So they're all good expansions. That's the Lurker in the Threshold. And last up is the Curse of the Dark Pharaoh expansion. They redid it for some reason. Added a few more things. There's the cards, more cards, these little token things. I think the FBI or something, I can't remember now. Like I say, I'll be doing reviews of all these games individually, so I can get more into the nuts and bolts of the games. This is just like a little overview. Okay, now on to the big boxes. The Dunwich Horror. This is regarded as the best expansion. So you get a little board that you add on to the base game with more locations. It's really nice. And then you get the Dunwich Horror track. It's like a big monster that awakens, and if it does, it causes a lot of bother. With these big box expansions, you always get a board which adds to the fun, makes it a lot more difficult. When you play these expansions, if you have, say, like 4 characters, it's best to have 3 characters in the base game, and then if you have one of your characters roaming around this extra board, that's the best way to play these games to win. And inside you also get loads of cards, you get more monsters, loads of cards. It's almost as many cards as the base game, so it's really good. There's the big monster thing. Yep, excellent expansion, this one. Well, let's have a look at the other ones. The next one we're briefly looking at is Innsmouth Horror expansion. Oh, they have good artwork on the covers as well. That's another thing I like about these games. Right, the board. It's a bunny board, this one. It's I haven't played this expansion yet, and I haven't played the next one I'll be looking at yet. So there's 2 expansions I haven't played yet, but I'm looking forward to using them. So that's a look at the board. Looks really good. And inside you get loads of investigators in this one. It's really good for that, and monsters. Loads of weird monsters. Lots more cards. More monsters. Yeah. I think this one looks really good actually. Really looking forward to playing this one. Like folk usually go on about the Dunwich Horror being the best one, but just by looking at the contents, this one looks just as good, if not better. So it'll be fun playing this one. Right, let's have a look at another expansion. Right, we're on with Kingsport Horror expansion. This is the other one I haven't played yet. This one gets a little bit of stick actually, this expansion, because a lot of people say it's not that good. But looking at the board, it looks just as good as the others, doesn't it? Well, I'll have to wait and see, because I haven't played this one yet. I think the criticism is something that you don't need to go on this board much. So it must be slower to activate. Well, wait and see when I play it. Inside, there's a lot of stuff inside though. There's like more investigators and monsters. All these extra tokens and monsters, there's a lot of them. Ton more cards. I'll not bother showing the cards because I'm running out of time. But I'll have to wait and see what I think of this one. Should be okay. Right, the last one. Right. The Mistatonic Horror expansion is the last big expansion and the final one in the series. There's no board in this one, but it's a really unusual expansion because it's all cards, okay, a ton of cards, and what's so good about it is there's tokens as well. I haven't popped them out yet. But what's good about this one is it adds cards to all the expansions. So it's sort of like an expansion of an expansion. So it's very useful if you've got all the expansions. This game's extremely good because it adds more cards to each one. So like for me, I've got all the expansions, so there'll be extra added cards to each one. And that makes a massive difference, having extra cards in among certain types of packs of cards. It adds tons of value. So this is an extremely good expansion actually. It might not look much, but it really does do the job. Really good. So that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this little series, and I intend to be doing playthroughs and reviews of Arkham Horror because it's my favourite game. So okay, hope you liked it. Please subscribe because I haven't got many subscribers to my channel. Be nice to know that there's people watching. Okay, bye for now. Bye.